Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. I just woke up from a short nap. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. At this apartment complex on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we can take our trash out just to the curb instead of having to take it all the way over. So today is Wednesday, I believe. So I've got some stuff that I need to take out before 9 a.m. I have made I've hooked back up my Chrome box, and of course on my new Chrome book I've had it. I haven't done very much with it. I've played with it a little bit. I'm happy. I'm happy with it, and everything seems to be working. Working okay on it. I installed I think it was $15 for a year, a app for making lists and that type of stuff. And since this Chrome book comes with a stylus, I'll be giving that a try. I couldn't tell though. It looked like $15 a year, I think, kicked me into the top, of the fees, and it's $15 a year. I think it includes other things that work in with it, and if so, I'll be happy with it. But it looked like some other things, like PDF thing, and a few other things that apply in that type of an app might be extra. If that's the case, then I don't mind paying for. In fact, I've been paying forever for software and apps and things since 1982, I guess, or before. So this is being recorded, of course, with OBS. And that's working okay. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the computer over there. It's running Chrome, of course. This computer here is running Windows 11. I guess I should check and see if there's an update to Windows 11. Let's see here. Check for updates. That's the antivirus thing. Just about every time I run the thing to check, it comes up and installs. Yep, okay, so that's all there was. Over the years, I've tried not to talk about politics, but sometimes I do talk about politics. I'm going to try and not talk about politics. I'm so depressed and so sad about the way things have gone in the past here in the United States, and the way things are going in now and in the future. But let's see what's on the front page of CNN. On the front page of Let's go to CNN. Hopefully I actually haven't been listening to the House committee that is investigating this January 6th and all that kind of stuff. But I do see the stories when they pop up on CNN or even on Twit TV. There was it the Google? I can't remember which different program, which one of theirs it was, but they were talking about the software and, well, they were talking about Roe versus Wade. And Roe versus Wade. They were talking about that and the effects of it, effects on software companies, how software now is going to be used, is being used, and how important now tech people have discovered how very important privacy is and things like that. I'm one of these people who I haven't paid that much attention to privacy. I'm not trying to hide anything from anybody or anything like that. Let's see, 7 shocking. Let's see. His temper, talking about Trump, was swift. He threw stuff at the wall in the White House. I guess he yanked off food and stuff that was on tablecloths. By the way, I live in Texas, so if you follow the news and follow politics here and so right now I don't consider myself talking about politics. I'm just talking about the news headlines. It says here why Tuesday's hearing was devastating for Trump. Woodward calls the January 6th testimony Trump's political obituary. Let's see. Oh, great. This is good. This is, I guess, politics, but I don't, Turkey has dropped its objections to Finland and Sweden joining NATO. So thank God for that. See, Americans that were found dead at the Bahamas resort a while back, they died from carbon monoxide poisoning. And then we've had this, which we have from time to time, this human tragedy of people wanting to get into the United States from Mexico. Although I'm not sure that they were, they may have been people who from Central America or South America had traveled up to the border of the United States to get out of situations that are horrible in their country. And then they, I'm guessing, decided the way to get across was to pay a group. What do they call those people? That anyway, they bring them across, the border, or that when they come across, they bring them across, I guess, the river or wherever they come, and they pack them into trucks or whatever. They do different things because I guess it's how much you pay and stuff like that, and they sometimes just bring them across and turn them loose after they rob them. They've collected money from them, and then they rob them, molest them, or rape them, or or whatever on their border, on the in the United States, and then they turn them loose, and a lot of times those people die before they can get someplace where either the immigration service, or border patrol takes them into custody, or whether they die, from lack of water or something. So anyway, how many? And this happens, fairly regular. I think it's 48 people died, in the truck. Authorities discovered the semi-truck in San Antonio, Texas, after a worker nearby heard a cry for help. And of course they...
So the plight of migrants seeking refuge is always a humanitarian crisis, but tonight we are dealing with a horrific human tragedy.
That happens. And it's too bad because, of course, I'm in Texas. Keep in mind I'm in Texas. The right wing, they hate the United Nations. They hate everything, everybody and everything. They hate school teachers. They hate professors in college. They hate the people who live in California. They hate the entertainment industry people. They, of course, hate Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Ricans are United States citizens. They just hate everybody. So, and they, of course, I said they hate the United Nations. Always have. What should happen because of international law, and they object to, they don't think the United States should be subject to, to the United Nations or any United Nations agreements and things that, we've entered into. What should happen is these immigrants who are fleeing terrible, terrible conditions in their own country, if conditions weren't terrible in their country, well, they'd be staying in their country. But what's supposed to happen, I think most of the world has, agreed that by international law, that people who are fleeing such bad conditions have the right to go to another nation and request, asylum, or to be allowed, in and be able to present their case or whatever. But what happens here is, of course, there's a lot of people that want to get in. Well, I'm not sure that it's not higher in the UK and the countries that are over, in Europe and Middle East and things like that. But what is supposed to happen is that when people come to your border and claim that they're being tortured or killed, or the political whatever, that they're supposed to they're supposed to be allowed in and get a hearing. Of course, I don't think that the people in the right wing, they don't want to have enough judges and people to handle it because they hate the United Nations. And they don't want to be, okay, this is definitely moved into the political situation. So, the United States is violating international agreements and law, and there are things that that could be done so that a lot of this would not, these type of disasters would not not happen. So it's really really sad, and it happens regularly. Let's see. says here, pay rent or buy food. Millions of renters unsure if they can make the rent. Let's see, a CNN anchor asked the questions to, I guess, Texas lawmaker. What makes you, what allows you to be defined as when you can decide when life begins? Generic Viagra for as little as $2 a dose. There are so many things that, you know, pop in your mind if you're, you know, sitting here. You know, the Texas and other states now that Roe versus Wade has been turned over after 50 or 60 years, when the Supreme Court had ruled, you know, that it was a right. When they've decided now it's not a right. But when you see these things, you know, generic Viagra and everything, you wonder, okay, if women, you know, are not allowed to get contraceptives and other, you know, other things, and be in control of their own body and that type of stuff, you know, it makes you wonder, okay, so if the women are not going to be allowed to get contraceptives and that kind of stuff, men shouldn't be allowed to, you know, to get Viagra or something, or if women are going to have to raise a, you know, a infant, and it's a result of rape or incest or whatever it is, then, you know, what would be the opposite for men or something? I guess the fact that, well, they couldn't get Viagra and maybe some other things that they, or if a woman becomes pregnant by rape or incest or something, and she's going to be forced to not abort the bit of tissue, maybe the government should tax the American people, and that those pieces of tissue that progress to where they're viable, maybe out of tax money, those children, they'd come up with some kind of a name for them, wouldn't they? I mean, you know, that they would receive, you know, food and housing and health care, and fantastic education that they wouldn't have to pay for. Then would you have, you know, say Texas as an example, then you'd have people saying, you know, this is unbelievable, just because, you know, just because this woman was raped, just because she was, you know, her father or brother had, you know, sex with her, why should these offsprings, why should they be allowed to have basic human rights such as, you know, food and housing and education and everything else? And people if the taxes would go up or something, which none of us want taxes to go up, but maybe people would say, well, we shouldn't be paying taxes for these, you know. Let's see. Advertisements. it is, this of course is political, but it is true that in Texas and other places we have fanatical people who, you know, are opposed to a woman having, you know, power to make a decision over her, you know, her own body. And but as soon as a baby is, you know, born, these people, they don't care about that child at all. They don't care about that infant. They don't care about the child at all. No help. Money for corporations? Yes, no problems. But caring about the once it's born, that doesn't make sense. It just does not make, it does make sense. You know, they positively don't care about the baby when it pops out. As soon as it pops out, to hell with it. You know, it doesn't have health care. It doesn't have any, you know, not going to be fed unless the mother and, you know, can feed it somehow. This is going to be interesting to see, and like I said again, I'm in Texas. Okay. Here in a little bit, I don't think I'm going to upload it separately. Yeah, I think I am going to upload it separately. Here in a little bit, I'm going to make a YouTube video with my other computer, and see, I'll be using OBS for that too, but that's running Chrome. And maybe what I'll do is make a short little video with this, although I don't have everything installed, you know, that I don't have all the apps that I've paid for that are on the store, the thing. But maybe I'll do that, or maybe I won't. I don't know. I've got a lot that I could do here. I'm slowly making little changes into this, to the room here. But I have too much, and like I said, today is Wednesday. So I'll be throwing some stuff out at the curb. I don't have to take it over to the, and I have trouble walking from here to the curb. Otherwise I would have, I've always taken my trash out. Well, not always, a few times I haven't. I usually have in the past just taken it all the way over to, but it'll be hard for me to walk from here to the, you know, to the sidewalk. So I'll take it out there and put it out there. And not sure what my next project's going to be in the room. I moved well, you can't see it, but the tripod with the you know, light on it, aimed up at, bounced up at the ceiling off the, you know, the umbrella thing that's on it. But in order to get to it, I have to kind of slip into it, and I have to be careful not to scratch my feet or my legs on the bed box, the bed frame or whatever. I spent 6 days in a hospital with an infection because of that a while back. That was not pleasant. But it looks like I have to move it out of where it is so that I can, because when I turn it on and off, I can't get my Echo software a while back. I had lights, you know, where I could say lights on and lights off and do that kind of stuff, and it worked okay. And then I bought some different lights or something, and I installed the software for that, and then eventually I think I did something else, and before long none of this stuff gets none of the lights get recognized or anything. Otherwise I could just say, you know, such and such light on and off, or off. That was good. But I kind of gave up on you know, messing with that. Oh, for the first time, no, I did use in the past my Chrome box over here. You know, I disconnected the microphone, USB microphone or whatever, and I bought a headset. I bought it for some other reason, but this is what I'm going to be using to make the recording over there. And what I think which is probably stupid, I've got a whole bunch of different kinds of, you know, speakers, but they're always in the way I have to, you know, put them. They're always in the way. So I think I'm just I'll probably change them. I think I'll just use headphones. Now maybe if I try to watch, well, why would I watch, you know, Netflix or Amazon or something on that, because I could sit right here and watch it. But I did do a short little test. I didn't upload it or anything, but the sound sounded, you know, okay with this. You know, maybe I should do, no, I'll make it separate. Anyway, I've got a lot of things that I need to change, but things have gotten better. I have plenty of, you know, power extensions all over. I have plenty of speakers, systems all over. Although several speakers I need to, because my arthritis is so bad and because my vision is not very good, because of the arthritis being so bad, it's hard for me to, you know, I take ties or whatever and try to get all my cables together and off the floor as best I can and that kind of stuff. But like it's with the speakers, I would decide to move the speakers or something or other, and I'd take the cutters that I have for cutting these ties, and I'd have the things all bound together, and I would end up cutting the speaker cables, and because I couldn't get close enough to, you know, if I get down on the floor, I might as well just stay down on the floor. I'm 81. Over the years, I've had trouble remembering my age. In the past, I mean, when I was young, I would always think that I was, let's say I was 26. I'd be 26, but I would think that I was 27. When I was like 30, you know, I would think that I was 31. I'd always be, when my birthday rolled around in March, I would always be surprised. Oh, I'm a year younger, you know. But at some point, I'm 81 now. I had to write that down because
I have discovered a Prime Video app is being used. Would you like to use this Echo device to control the Prime Video with your voice?
no.
Here you go.
Alexa, no. I could really do without actually, you know, echo, but and you know, with the software you can use, you know, the Google, whatever whatever that is. And forgot where I was. I'm looking. Let's see, 30 minutes. Okay, that I didn't have anything to say anyway, so I'm going to bring this to a conclusion, and I'm not going to recommend it to, you know, it won't be posted on a link for it on eBay or what are the different, Facebook, that type of stuff, because of the political situation. I won't monetize it because of my political comments also. But I will upload it. And I think I'll probably mark it. I guess I'll mark it just political comment also. That'll help to make sure nobody watches it. Let me go back. Let me do something. Hang on. I want to look at this. This map reveals, I see though it's an ad, has a little AD up in the corner. These maps reveal a new perspective of America. Okay, let's see what they think the new perspective is. These maps show just how different you are from Americans in other states. Okay. So it's an ad of some kind, I'm not sure. On Stop Nostalgia, Home, Entertainment, History. Maps of the United States often divide Americans into two groups based on how they vote, ignoring the real stark differences that exist between its citizens. While it's clear that Americans are split, the internet has provided some fascinating visual displays that truly highlight how varied America is on a number of topics. I don't think so. Okay, brand loyalty. UPS for Texas. For deliveries. McDonald's for various states, Google, Disney for Florida, Levi's for California. You know, I don't know. You know. Okay, this is a begin slideshow. This is what I'd call clickbait, because every time you click on something like this and you think you're getting some information, and it might be, you know, fairly correct. Somebody's getting paid some money. Somebody's gathering information on you. Somebody is paying some. Okay, this is, you know, life expectancy by states. Life expectancy in Texas is 79 to 80 years. Oh, that's not good. I'm 81. Right next to us, life expectancy in Louisiana is 76 to 77. In the South, well, if you take Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and whatever the state is above that, I can't see because they have brown type on brown, I think. The life expectancy is below 76 years of age. Well, except in Georgia, South Carolina, and Missouri, my old state of Missouri, it's 77 to 78. Of course, here's what's interesting if you're interested in politics, which hopefully you're not. In California and in New York, which, you know, Republicans and the right wing positively hate California, and they hate New York, and the life expectancy there is above 81. Anyway, this is, I'm sure that those statistics are, they're correct. Now I guess it's NFL teams, Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I'll go ahead and upload this, and I'm not sure what the next, well, I think the next video is I'm going to, use this, and then I'm going to make a video, using my new Chrome tablet. Like I said, I'm very happy with it right now. I haven't done very much with it, but I'm very happy with it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.